guys, this mother box there, the boom tube settings are way off, way off. Anyway, welcome once again to a solo episode of In the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, me, Wallace Ryan. And I don't know if you can hear that. That's the kitten at the door there meowing, trying to get in. But if I let her in, she will destroy the place. So, she will stay outside for the duration of this show. And as I say, I'm doing solo. Luna is on vacation actually and having a good time. And if you want to send her greetings, I will pass them on to you. So put them in the comments down below. As usual, we have a Buy Me a Coffee account. And, oh, you can even hear her clawing at the door here now. So if you want to make donations to help us run the library here, buy new books and keep the kitties, the cat proofing systems, yes, they're very expensive, very expensive. Anyway, I'm here all by my lonesome, so it's funny too when you're living with people and then suddenly you're by yourself. I grew up in a family of 7 people. I was only alone, and I believe it or not, up to the age of 19, I was only in my house alone once in my lifetime. So it's sort of interesting. Then, you know, as you got older, got more liking being by yourself, and but then of course, then you're like living with some people. Live with my brother, my wife, with Luna, a lot of people, and you know, it's a lot of fun. Anyway. So it just got me to thinking when I was thinking about all this and about odd couples, as I call them. I call them they're buddies slash who knows what else. Unusual couples, shall we say? I think odd couples is probably the best. The Odd Couples of Comics. So, and I have a wide selection too. I just didn't go to DC or Marvel. As a matter of fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only about half of them are from DC or Marvel. But I made sure to include some of the more obscure couples in Odd Couples in Comics. Odd Couples slash buddies, pals, real pals. Yeah, real pals. Anyway, we'll start off with number 10 on the list of real pals, and it's those two guys there. It is Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. They became kind of like a reoccurring. They were a reoccurring theme in throughout the Justice League. They became like almost a buddy comedy type of thing. Had that type of thing going on, which was kind of cool. And I liked that the two characters really seemed to suit each other too, right? I don't know where. I know there's. I'm not sure if it's in this one or maybe in later ones, but they became pals, and you know they had adventures together, and as a matter of fact, there's even a pop figure set of the two of them. So if that doesn't say it, I don't know what does. So anyway, the boys, they're. I mean, I can. Like I say, there's always more and more, and you may even have some selections yourself. Let me know if I missed them. But yeah, there's some of these you may not even have heard of, but they're all really good and strange couples. So they were more of a buddy couple, and these two were sort of a romantic couple, and where is it? Oh, and here's that film. Is the number 9 couple is Barda and Mr. Miracle, better known as Scott Free. This is a great picture of Barda. This was actually the famous drawing of Barda that Mike Royer, when he was first working for Jack Kirby, had changed the face slightly, and he had it changed back and basically told him not to do it, ever do that again. So, but yeah, I always liked Barda and Scott were a great team. He was he was the daredevil, the escape artist, and all that. He was the brains, and she was the brains with muscle. It was funny. Some people thought that Kirby didn't draw beautiful women. I'm one of those people who beg to differ, because I can tell you, for some bizarre reason, when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Mr. Miracle, but I love Big Barda. It was just something, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but anyway, there was something super cool about her. I mean, she was much stronger than Mr. Miracle. Much more dangerous. If it came to a fight, I'd sooner, at least Mr. Miracle might cut you a break, where she just break you and cut you. Anyway, on to number. Oh, be quiet out there. Hear that? Meow. Meow. That's a kitty cat. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll bring her in for a second. Hang on a second. What is it? Okay, come here. She's a very affectionate cat. Oh, there we go. Meow. Say hello. Okay. How'd you go? Okay, Raya? We'll see you again on the other side. She is, of course, named for David Raya, the goalkeeper of Arsenal. She's a great cat. Anyway, so couple number, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7 is, where's this? Oh no, this is, 7, 6, 5, 4, 0, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yes, this is number 8. This couple, of course, one of my favorite couples is is Buddy and Lisa Leavenworth. Buddy Bradley and Lisa Leavenworth. They're a wild couple. Very realistic, of course. They have a very strange relationship. They start out hating each other, but in the end they end up living together, getting married in the end, actually. But there was just something about both of them. Both of them were pretty bad in some ways, but in the end, they seem to work out, and which I always kind of liked. A great character. One of my favorite girlfriends in the comic book world. Lisa Leavenworth. She was a handful. Well, this one, I don't know if I'll pull this out. The next couple is, of course, oh geez, perfect timing, is Night Owl and where is it? Anyway, is Night Owl and Rorschach. Where is it? Well, anyway. Here it is. Here's where he goes to meet them. They're the odd couple of the Watchmen. I mean, there are some of the others, but I like Rorschach and Night Owl. They're perfect yin and yang character. One, slightly deranged, especially after what he went through and all that, and the other, he's fairly studious and intuitive and inventive. It's like, I don't know, it's like the question. It's like having the question. hanging out with Iron Man. Okay, now that is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, I just had to count, make sure I had them. My number 6 couples, and this actually is back more to the buddy side of Odd Couples, and it is of course and this is one of my favorite all time Captain Marvel scenes, is of course Marvel and Rick Jones, beautifully illustrated here by Gil Kane, the master. I loved his run on it. Anyway, they become joined, and Rick is thrown into the negative zone and leaving the good captain outside, and so they have to clang those bracelets together to switch places. So it's pretty cool, and they have a weird relationship. It's friends. They know each other because they're linked telepathically, and you know they're like a very close buddy couple. My next one comes from the world of independent comics, and I thought she appears in this. This is and the couple in mind is I guess she must be early on. Anyway, is Jacka and Cerebus. I like when Cerebus becomes prime minister, and she brings him his and leaves him with his sword, which I think is, I'm pretty sure was in this, or was it anyway, I picked this anyway just because it's my favorite Cerebus book that I have. It's a hardcover. I'm thinking probably Church and State, but anyway, Jacka and Cerebus. I mean, he's in love with her from when he first meets her, and she's a reoccurring character, and she's the one person, at least in the early going of it, that he truly loves. But he's just too much of a, you know what I mean. He's just too much of a Cerebus for it to ever work out. Too selfish, so we say. Now back to the buddy side of it, and this, of course, is one of the most famous buddy pair of them all. Green Lantern, Green Arrow. When I was a kid, I loved this series. To me, these guys were, well, they were opposite sides of the same coin. They were good guys, but they fought amongst themselves, and Green Arrow was always getting on his high horse and all that. And Green Lantern was usually around to save the day or make judgment calls on him. Anyway, once again, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, well worth reading. One of the classic Easy Rider journey across America type of series where and each issue talks about a different topic without preaching too, which is unusual. They're able to talk about serious subjects without lecturing you. So highly recommend it. The next one is one I don't know who I'd recommend this to, but it's a very controversial choice. Trots and Bonnie, but not Trots and Bonnie, but Bonnie and Pepsi, her friend. These two little psychopaths are absolutely hilarious. And it's funny because some of these characters and some of these couples remind me of people I've met and known in real life. And I've known some people who are, well, kind of like Pepsi, I guess, in a way. But yeah, this book, I was so happy when they finally put out a collection of Trots and Bonnie. It's not for the faint of heart, though. This is you got to be able to take a joke and walk in the wild side a bit. Now, of course, one of my, and we're down to number 2, so my second favorite odd couple of them all, Maggie and Hopi. There, Maggie and Hopi up in the tree. There they are. And it's a very strange relationship. There's sexual overtones. There's hugging, kissing, and uncertainty on Maggie's part at times, but still, they're very much in love with each other. It's one of the things I do like about Love and Rockets. It shows love in all its glorious forms. And this definitely, like I say, one of my favorite odd couples of comics. And it's funny because I knew 2 people exactly like these two, as a matter of fact, when I was living in New York. So it really did. They're very real. So they really spoke to me, and it's pretty good when I know her. I've read in interviews how they were influenced by their mother, who would read Archie comics, so you can sort of see an Archie influence in his, but the influence I can see there, and I've seen it with writers who have had strong mother figures, like myself, for instance. Nothing better, because a strong mom is the bedrock of all civilization. But anyway, he does actually write really great women characters. So for a man. Anyway, my number one pick for the best odd couple of them all, in comic books, pals / slightly romantically inclined, I guess, in a weird sort of way, is Howard the Duck and Beverly Switzer. As a matter of fact, here, look, they're even looking for change in their apartment, and you see the bed right behind them there. And I mean, there's even episodes where they end up going to bed. They're sleeping together. They live together. They're sleeping together, and they're living an adventure together. And she stays a pretty constant presence throughout it. Even when he runs for president, she's still involved in it with him. And definitely, to me, the oddest couple of them all when it comes to comic books. There is no couple stranger than Howard and Beverly. Bum 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 bum. Sounds like it could be a cool movie. Anyway, that is my focused on odd couples in comics. Let's see, a varied selection, I think. All of these comics, too, by the way, are all worth reading. Whenever I do these lists, too, I try to think of that are the best examples that I can think of. A lot of people say, well, I don't agree with this top 10 list and whatever, but I never set these as these are the top 10 lists of everything you must obey. To me, these are my top 10 lists. These are the comics I like. You may like them, you may not. Give them a try, though. It's sometimes you try something and it turns out to be great. Howard the Duck, for instance, I wasn't reading that, but at the time my friend Jerry Porter, who I was doing comics with, was reading it and said to me, you have to read this Howard the Duck. And it sounded kind of weird to me at the time. And I read it and I loved it and became a lifelong Howard the Duck fan. Still am to this day. I even have a Howard the Duck figure. Very, very rare thing. That being said, I got to go teach a class in comics. So everyone have a great day out there. Hug your mothers and be nice to your cats. And I love you all out there. Thanks for having me over. Bye.